It might fix itself, it might not fix itself, maybe the chunk needs, chunk on the map needs to be refreshed. That's something that I do need to do soon. I keep forgetting to do that. I need to go and delete some chunks. I promised after our, what do you call it? What was it? My brain's farting now. After our jungle fawn, I think it was. I think it was jungle fawn? Or maybe I'm misremembering the name. That I would delete a bunch of chunks. And that's why we have these tools, because I was gathering up a bunch of resources with those tools. It was actually going quite well, Dad. Alright, I need to actually grab my shovel for this endeavor. Put all of that in there. And I'm going to have to use my regular shovel for this. Do I have durability on my regular shovel? I do have the stone shovel. I guess we can get started on even this out with a stone shovel. I have some of the most powerful tools in this entire thing, and I'm using a stone shovel. I really want to get my elytra, fully, done. The thing is, I need gunpowder and I need mending, and I really wish the mending was not too bad on the elytra, but it's really bad. I don't want to break the elytra, so I'm currently just, not wearing the elytra. But I really wish I could use it a bit more, because it would be helpful for a lot of stuff. If any of you have ever tried to get like a sky view or something, like, that is what I would need. Or, oh no, I've fallen off a platform, very high up, and I need to get back up to it. Instead of tower, and I can just fly up there. Though I don't really like doing that, to be honest. I'm not a very big fan of the elytra. And it's not because I'm terrible at using the elytra, it's just generally, I just don't like it. It kind of takes the fun of doing everything on the ground. Let's see. Do I really not have a shovel? Oh, I do have some on this, durability left on this. Alrighty. Let us go and... Yo, you're breaking my stride over here. Yeah. You can't just walk down this, what do you call it? Sand area, trying to aura farm from all the sand being on the sides. Just reminds me of that one scene from One Punch Man. Let's see. One Punch Man season 1. Oh, that was a good season. Don't really like the newer stuff. Never seen the newer stuff, but I've heard how bad the animation is. And the story writing. I kind of just thought like they should have just gave him like the highest, thing. But I don't know, it would just paint a target on his back. And actually, that it's about to line up perfectly. There we go. Obviously, if you're wondering what I have on in the background, it's a tune to Sailor Moon, but I decided to make my own version of it. Basically the same, but remixed. And then I messed up a lot of the tune at the very start. We don't talk about that. I misclicked and I sent it back to the 0 instead of what number it was before, and I just could not fix it. So I had to sacrifice it. So sadly, there's a weird start tune to it. At the very start it just repeats like 4 bits of the sound, and also this is a retro version. I used the Atari sound for it. So it sounds more Atari-like. And actually it fits quite well, to be honest. I did not expect how well it would fit. Like, Dang, how far is this going out? Like, this is a lot. Thing is, a lot of this rounded area and this big box shape will not survive because I want to turn it into a circle. So I'm getting a lot of this material back for I'm building, you know, for when I'm building the other part of this. Because we're building this big circle here, and then we're building a outwards part. So I think the circle goes like this and then out this way. I'm not really sure on how I planned it originally. It's been a little while, so you know, when you plan something like that and it's been a little while, you just forget how, you know, you planned it to be. So I could have it going out into the ocean, but I did want to make it go this way. This big shape coming out of it. But I think it's probably gonna be best to do it here and then outwards. I think that'd probably be for the best. Maybe a little bit shifted over. That's what I will say. It might be a bit shifted over. Alrighty. We're coming up on this side. And then I just go like this. We do need to actually clear out a lot of this landscape. Because I was big dum-dum and did not do it beforehand. I like to keep a lot of the landscapes around my world. I want to go on a journey to build a lot of weird stuff just around my world. They don't have to have really any, you know, purpose. But to kind of like set a little story out, you know. Like, oh, you know, a nice... This is actually a very nice island. I've only been up there once, and that was when I lost, what do you call it? Dallas. Who, was creeping on my wife, but my wife was actually a bad person. That is all I remember from that, you know, whole ordeal. It's been that long, you know, I used to create these tiny little stories within my series. Alrighty. How am I doing this? As you can see, I am trying to angulate this bit here. So we have to do a little bit weird janky jank. Have to scroll back and forth here, very slow. There we go, I made it a little bit faster. How is that looking? As you can kind of see, this is not like the best, but it would go like that, and you can kind of start to see where the curve will go. Like, you know, bringing it out and then, like this entire corner bit might be chopped off, you know. I intend to make a circle, and hopefully that circle goes well. There are other methods that I could have used to, you know, do the circle, to be honest. God, there was cobble there. I should have really broke that cobble down. There's a few areas in my world that I want to go and, what do you call it, break down. So, I did talk about one of them, that being the glass floating garden. I want to round that out, so it looks a lot nicer. But that will take some time, and I will need to reconstruct the inside of it as well. The entire, like, where you're supposed to walk needs to be totally, you know, changed. But that means I have to go and do all these little weird, wacky things just to get it all done. I'm waiting for a diving so I can grab these blocks down here. Alright, grab that. There we go. And not too bad at all. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. I think that is quite nice. Look at that. You can kind of start to see how this is going to turn out. I would kind of just want to start the curve right away. Like if I was to start the curve, it would be 2, 3. Yeah, it would probably be starting around here. Even that's kind of a bit, you know, singy. I think it'd be the 6th block. So, you know. I was wondering what that was there for a second. It's one of those archaeology things. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it would be the 6th block out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it would be that. And then we would go like this, like 3 blocks. Oops, sorry, went a little bit too far there. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll 4 this. And you can kind of start to see the shape forming. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go 1, 2, 3. Kind of using some of the stuff that we learned from our previous ginormous circle build, that being the 250 block wide ring that I need to finish off because I need to do these big ginormous pillars in the middle, which will take some time, but I really want to get them done, and I'm gonna dedicate this entire area to my dog, who sadly died. I had him for like years, years. Ancient dog that was. But I want to dedicate a build to them. So that is what I'm going to do. I have an entire thing planned out for it, and it's going to be, we have a middle area, we have 4 structures on each of these bits here, and they go like over here. And then we have, basically we'll create an inner ring and then an outer ring going around, and then we'll have like some paths going outwards. And I think that'd be quite nice, to be honest. And then I'll also finish the other stuff, you know, around there. Let's see, so it's the 6th block out from this. I'll break this in now. Yeah, we're doing the weird and wacky way instead of the normal way. Alrighty. So, 6 block out and then 3 blocks. So let me head over to this side. So we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're 3 blocks. And then, was it 4 blocks? Yeah, I need to go resize this here a second. So 3, 4, 3. Yeah, I was correct. So 3, and then 4. Technically, it is actually 3, to be honest. We're gonna have to break all this area anyway. Doesn't matter if we make it a little bit ugly. Oh, it is actually perfect. I thought I'd miscounted there. Let me just do the 3 blocks that's supposed to be there. And then it's 2, right? No, it's 1 and then 2. 1 and then 2.